Hello students, today we are going to discuss last technique of integration, that is integration by parts. This can be treated as product rule for integration. So the formula is integral of u into v dx is equal to u into integral of v minus integral of product, and whose product? Derivative of u into integral of v. In some books it is written as first function into integration of second function minus integration of differentiation of first function into integration of second function. So let us see how this formula is applied. X sine x, so x as it is integration of sine x minus integration of differentiation of x, which is 1, into integration of sine x, which is minus cos. So overall it is minus cos, so its integration is sine x. So result is minus x sin x plus c. Now we have seen that here integral of v or the second function, it is done twice. So obviously we have to select the second function or v very carefully. So for that purpose there is some guiding principle which is known as ILATE. I is inverse trigonometric function, L for logarithmic, A for algebraic, T for trigonometric, and E for exponential. And the order is like that: the function preceding the other should be taken as first function, and function succeeding the other should be taken as second function. Like inverse trigonometry, if it is multiplied with any other function, should be treated as first function, and rest of the function as second. Logarithm, as compared to inverse trigonometry, it should be treated as second function, whereas for other function it should be treated as first function, and so on. Now very important aspect about ILATE is that it is not a rule which must be followed strictly. If you are following ILATE rule and you are not getting the result, then you have full authority that you can reverse the ILATE rule, or you can reverse the first function, second function. So let us start problem based on by parts. So first is x square sine x. So being algebraic function, I am taking x square as first function and sine x as second function. So first function as it is integration of second function minus integration of differentiation of first into integration of second. Reason should be written in the form of by part formula, so I have not written this. You can write down. So this is x square, integral of sine is minus cos, minus integral of derivative of x square is 2x, into integral of sine is minus cos. After that, again we can see here by part, situation of by part is there, so we'll apply by part again. Bracket should be applied properly. First function as it is integral of second minus integral of differentiation of first function into integral of second, so that by opening the bracket we will get required result. Now this by part technique also serves as tool to find the integral of those functions who are unknown to us. For example, integral of log x is not known to us, so this can be found with the help of by part. Let us write log x as log x into 1. So obviously I don't know the integral of log, so this will be treated as first function, whereas 1 will be treated as second function. So first function as it is integral of 1 minus integral of derivative of first function into integral of second function, which is 1. So log x as it is integral of 1 is x, derivative of log x 1 by x, and integral of 1 is x. So x 1 by x cancel out, so 1 is left, so integral of 1 is x again. So x log x minus x plus c is equal to is the required result. Similarly, we can find the integral of sine inverse x, which is still unknown to us, with the same theory that we will write sine inverse x as sine inverse x into 1. Then we'll apply this integral of 1, which is x. So first function as it is integral of 1 minus integral of derivative of sine inverse x into integral of 1, so that Result is sin inverse x into x minus derivative of sin inverse x is 1 upon under root 1 minus x square into integral of 1, which is x. Now clearly we can substitute 1 minus x square as t, so that it is converted into dt upon 2 root t, or so 1 minus x square is t, so minus 2x dt is equal to 2x dx is equal to dt, so it will be plus sign here and like this, so that this is a required result. Now sin inverse x can also be found with the help of integration by substitution. How? Let us see. Put sin inverse x is equal to t. Don't differentiate it immediately, rather put x is equals to sin t. From here sin inverse x is equal to t, we can write x is equals to sin t. Now differentiating both sides, dx is equal to cos t dt, so that I is equal to t cos t dt, or we will treat t as first function and cos t as second function. So first function as it is, integral of second function minus integral of differentiation of first function into integration of second function, so that integral of cos t is sin t, and again 1 into sin t is left, so integral of this is cos t. So after that resubstitute t as sin inverse x, sin t as x, and there is no direct value of cos t, so I will write this as 1 minus sin square t under root, so which is 1 minus x square under root. So there are two methods to find integral of sin inverse x. Both are good, but I will recommend the method of substitution, because here both are equal. But if we are dealing with sin inverse x whole square or some other complex trigonometric function, then this substitution method will be beneficial. Rest decision is yours. Okay, next is I is equal to integral of e raised to the power x sin x dx. This is very important question. So I am putting this as integral, symbol is I. So trigonometric function is first function and e raised to the power x is second function. First function as it is, integral of second minus integral of differentiation of first function into integration of second function. Now again by part situation is there, so I am applying by part again. First function as it is, integral of second minus integral of differentiation of first function into integration of second function, so that while opening the brackets and simplifying the term, we can see that again we have reached to the starting question. So for this purpose we have substituted this as I, so that means its symbol is I, so I am putting here, so it becomes minus I. So minus I will be shifted to left hand side, it is 2I, or I is equal to e raised to the power x in the bracket sin x minus cos x whole upon 2 plus c. So these kind of question are there where you find the question again in solution. Point is that due to this negative sign we were able to handle this question. So if you are not getting minus sign here, that means you have done some mistake. So this is kind of warning or symbol that you have done some mistake. So that's it. Hope you have got all these questions. That's all for today. Take care. Have a nice day. Thank you.